When Christ touched me, there was a change in my soul that made me feel whole, oh baby. It took all my fears away. I have never felt nothing like that before. Please give me some more.
Welcome back to Your Chance.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Is this a season 2 or like
It's a new year.
Oh, so it's not season 2. This,
season
it
two,
is.
Season
Yeah,
two.
and we just want to say Happy New
Episode
Year to everyone, you know. And we hope you had a blessed New Year. And we hope everybody New Year be great, helpful, and more wiser, and everybody get money. Because it seems like that's what people want. Get money, get money.
What's that song? Get money.
They can't hear you. They can't hear
Because
you.
I was trying to think of the lyrics.
Okay,
to the
so
song.
for those who just watching our show for the first time, we a family show, and we are mothers and daughters, and so on my left, far left is
Keisha.
Tasha.
I'm Terry.
Trina.
Why you always pausing when it get to you? You be messing up the whole little thing.
Because I be looking at myself, so like I be waiting for it to get to me, and
You're not supposed to look
it
at
delay.
So anyway, so we glad to have Keisha back because sometimes her job she work on.
She almost got fired.
What? No,
Sometimes
not
she
true,
work on
not
this
true.
day. You know.
That's over with, so I'm back.
Oh, she's back. And we do have Jada in the house too, so she'll be up in a half an hour. So we would like to start the day off and talk about something totally different. Like supernaturals and miracles. Supernatural things and miracles.
Okay, look at
Yeah, because there's a lot going on in this world, and there's a lot going on, you know, in people homes and people buildings, and they, you know, and I experienced a lot of things too. So I just want to know, are we alone in this world? You know, they all sitting up here fighting over each other, talking about who want this position of on a board or the president or whatever position they fighting over, be a judge or a lawyer or whatever. You know, I mean, it's a lot more going on in this world right now. You know, that supernatural things are going on that's happening, and I just want to, you know, talk about that. I don't know if the girls ever experienced anything that's supernatural, but
I can see the things
I have.
they post on Facebook.
they do post stuff, things on Facebook.
Yeah, like not weird things, but things that be like, it's questionable. Like, did y'all Photoshop this or did this really happen?
Yeah, that's another thing too. Some of it could be Photoshop, and then some of them could be really happening because they do know how to make people disappear, reappear, and make things pop up. So yeah, you never know what's real and what's not. So
Wait, okay, can we pause on the supernatural?
yeah,
Because it kind of ties in, but then it probably don't. About the meteor that hit.
that's like
Did y'all see the meteor that hit?
No.
We
Well,
didn't
that
see it,
supposedly
but-
had hit, and everybody had pictures of the light.
with a
everything.
line coming down, with a long line
It was-
coming down, and a bright light
Yeah, it's like a real bright light.
coming
But
from the sky.
if
yeah.
it was a meteor, like, why ain't there no actual pictures of the meteor?
Well, you know,
Like,
the
ain't
government.
a meteor is
no,
like-
the
Right, they
government,
supposed to have
always
cameras.
hide that. They try to hide that stuff from
What?
you.
No, you supposed to alert.
But
Like they got cameras all in the sky
Okay,
and
but
everything,
in
so
mine-
why
okay,
wouldn't
so-
they know it's not?
ain't a meteor like a big old rock though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little piece of a rock. Well, yeah, like a piece of a rock.
So if
Wow.
it was over there by Telegraph and I don't know that area, but over there in Telegraph, like
I
shouldn't
don't
it
know
be, like-
exactly where it was, but it was that close to it.
It was close.
We didn't
Yeah.
see it, but we
It was in
felt
Taylor.
it. We thought Lauren fell out the bed because the bed was so big. It was that loud. So I said, well, Carla, go in there and see that Lauren fall out the bed. And she like, no. And I'm like, she had to fell out that bed. But then I said, well, then let's check the house because it was just like boom, like somebody. It felt like somebody was trying to get in or something. And I didn't know till we got to work the next day. Like, oh, because a lot of people said the same thing. My coworkers thought her kids was jumping out the bed. So I ain't see the light, but we felt the.
So, sometimes we say meteor, but it could be that a spaceship or something, because look, I
they
went to
said
the
a
soul
meteor.
food place yesterday and me and my husband was just riding down the street and I looked up and I'm like, wow, why that plane just sitting in one spot? The plane was just sitting in one spot. Now we miles away, but as we getting closer and closer, it's a straight street. It's still just sitting there. So I'm looking up now. I could see some lights going around. I said, well, the only thing that could sit up like that is a helicopter, but it was way up in the sky where you couldn't really see. You just see the lights going around. And I said, oh my God, is that a spaceship? Then when I got to the soul food place, there it was. It was right up above my head, where the soul food place. I was like, is that a sign for me to go in and get this food or not? But when I got out the
Depends on
car,
which one you went to.
Motor City Soul Food, that's the best. I'm advertising that
Was
one.
it 107?
Don't be advertising.
Yeah,
It can't be
the
advertised.
that's the best one.
It's not, but okay.
Okay. But anyway, so that came down could have been a spaceship.
Like,
You never know. But they always get rid of the evidence, So
Well, they said if you wanted to go see it and touch it, I'm like, touch it? Ain't this unsafe?
who said that?
On the news.
Oh, for
They
real?
were saying you could go look. And
So it was there.
It was, yeah.
Okay, well then it might have was a meter, but the thing is that you don't know what's on that meter. It could be
I could be-
something
I
could be
could-
attached to it.
Oh, y'all know the
from outer
the Meteor
space.
They
Man
showed on the
movie.
news it was 3 guys that had a piece of it, and they saying it was worth a lot of money.
They said it
You didn't see that on the news
depends
they had
on.
on?
It depends. It depends.
What type of meteor
Yeah.
rocket it is?
Oh, if I knew you can get money off of it, I would have been there as soon as I got off work.
Why
You
couldn't
wouldn't have
be?
went.
Why couldn't be the meteor like the Meteor Man?
With a big
Then we
dog.
could have had
Because
powers.
it happened while I was at work.
The
Right.
Meteor Man.
Right.
Did y'all see those
what was the
memes
other
going
movie where
around?
the boys had the powers, the meteor rock fell. It was the 3 boys with.
Oh,
Jory.
yeah, the Chronicles.
Yeah.
That was a good
That
one.
was good. That was when that meteor rock fell.
Yeah, and it just
And they
went
had
to
his
his
powers,
head,
too.
and he just started acting crazy.
No, that was the other boy.
Okay. Well, I know one of them. One of them. So anyway, yeah. So I had an incident. Are y'all done with that meteor?
Go ahead, Mom.
I had an incident. I didn't have you at the time when y'all was little. Y'all was small. Me and my girlfriend, we was going to the market, and so we just got back from the market, and we was helping her with the groceries out the car, and I happened to look up in the air. I looked up, not up in the air, but just look up outwards, and it was 5 giant bees.
I remember this story.
I know.
5 giant bumblebees. Well, I when I was a little girl, I got stung by a bee before. That same bee I saw up there, and when I got stung, it like hurted me for 2 weeks. But for some reason, I don't know. I use it as a sign that to leave this person alone. That I would just came back from the market with, because everybody in the neighborhood was saying don't nobody relate to her and stuff, and I had not too long ago just moved in that neighborhood, so I believe that was a sign. So I took it and I left her alone because a bumblebee, somebody will sting you. So really, the eyes was this huge. One eye was that huge, like that, and they was giant. One was facing me, 2 was facing outwards, and then 2 was behind. It was weird, and I asked her, did she see it, and she didn't see it. And I asked the kids, I asked y'all didn't see nothing, but I was like rushing y'all in the car, get back in the car, because they could have picked somebody up and went. So it's like I tapped into another dimension. And then I had another incident where I got lost. You know how you driving and you get lost?
You do that all the time.
And you driving and you talking, all of a sudden you wind up somewhere, and I wind up in this neighborhood. And all of a sudden, it just felt so weird. It was like I kept getting this feeling saying, turn around, turn around, turn around. And it's like the more I kept going, the stronger that feeling was getting. It was like if I had kept going, I don't know if I would have drove out into another dimension or if I would have just ran into somebody that I shouldn't be running into. But it was a real strong vibe, and that was the scariest feeling ever. And I was on low gas.
You always on low gas.
You always missing your destination and you always don't eat.
That's a sign for you to get it
That's
together.
those the only signs for your supernatural.
No,
That supernatural was the sign that start getting gas. You never know where you might run out
And
of.
use a navigation system.
no, but then you have it where you set down keys and or eyeglasses or something like that, and you know where you set it at, but when you come back, it don't be there.
Yeah, oh man. That always happens to me. And I know I think somebody
Be moving it.
be moving it.
You know what
Either-
that just made
I
me
don't
think
know.
of? That time when y'all was living in that house and you said the teddy bear.
I
Was
was
it
just
a
about to
teddy
tell
bear or
the
a
story.
toy?
Don't let her tell.
I just have one story. I don't like normally talking about supernatural, but one incident. I was living in this house, and the kids had this little Tickle Me Elmo. It was a little baby one, and every now and then it would just go off. Ain't no kids, ain't no nothing, and it would just go off when it's just real quiet. And it would just, it used to say that, what did it say, "Mommy loves you" or some little junk. It would just go off, and it was so scary. And then every now and then, out the blue, like in the attic, it would sound like somebody had a bowling ball, and they would just drop this bowling ball, and it would go like doom, doom, doom. So we would hear that so often. So one day we went up in the attic. There was nothing up there. But still, every now and then you'd be sitting in the house and you would just hear this doom, doom, doom. This coming from the attic. And it would scare the heck of me. If I was there by myself, I used to just leave. And then in the basement, you know how they say if somebody died, had a little fishy smell. It would always be like this little fishy smell in the hallway.
Ooh.
So,
That's
yeah,
That's
something was
scary,
wrong.
isn't it?
Something was up with that
That
house.
would be
Something was wrong
fun.
with that house. That was the only
Yeah.
house that I ever
Well,
something
something
like
was
that,
wrong with
but
our house on Fuller. I mean, on the west side. I don't like to say
there
our
was nothing
street.
over there.
Yeah,
Man, it was
something
the rocking
wrong.
chair, that chair that we had. He used to always rock.
You never told me
I
that.
never.
Yeah, it
I
did.
was
there.
young in that house, but I do always
Even
remember. I don't know
when
if it
her-
was because her stories that's making me feel like something was wrong with
Right,
the house.
my
But
make you
remember
scared.
when I was getting ready for school and she was asleep. She was a baby. And remember you got mad at me. You kept telling me go upstairs and get ready.
Oh,
You kept
yeah,
hollering at
right,
me,
right.
and I
And
was
she-
scared because
and
I was
she
hearing something sing to her while she was asleep.
Aw,
She stood
aw.
right. She stood at the bottom of the
I would
steps,
not go
and she said,
upstairs.
"Mama, I'm not going up them steps. I hear somebody singing." I said, "Girl, get your butt up there. Ain't nobody singing." So I'm not going up there. Somebody's singing, Mama. They singing. I mean, that went on for a while. Like
Was I
different
already
days.
moved out?
Was she?
Cause
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
you was
experienced
gone.
nothing
You was
there in that
gone.
house.
Cause she was still a baby. I don't think you was there.
Yeah, you did move out on your. You wound up moving out.
I didn't experience nothing in
Cause
that
that's
house.
when we was sharing a room then.
Oh yeah, then I was gone.
And she was not. I'm surprised you still remember that.
Mhm. We used to. Oh, she was so mad. I had to get ready for school. She told me, "Go
The
upstairs and
only,
get
the
ready."
only strange thing in that house was that one bed. We had the bunk beds and we had the extra bed. Whoever slept in that one bed used to always cough at night. You don't remember that? And I remember I slept in that bed a couple times and I could not stop coughing. That's the only other day. I didn't have nothing with the house.
Right. And then there used to be a shadow that walked past. And one time I was in my room and the shadow, it like stood at my door and I was like, finna say, "Who are you? What is you doing here?" But then I couldn't say nothing. It was like I was, mom's like, Then when it went to go to y'all room, I panicked like a mother. I couldn't move. I couldn't say nothing. I didn't know what the heck that was, And that happened like about 3 different times. And I just really just started praying and praying and praying, I believe that's what I really was getting into the Lord then, because it was like something really going on.
Remember when I used to always say, "Huh?" And I don't hear my name. You used to get me. Who was that? I used to say, "Huh? Did you call me?" You say, "No, I ain't call you."
But no, and then I told you to say.
They used to say, "Stop
I used to
answering."
say, no, I told her to say, okay, Jesus, what is it that you want from me? Remember I always say, just say, "God, what do you want from me?" When you hear that. Because I used to hear that too when I was a kid. And my mother, oh my God, I used to hear the voice when I was little, before I had any one of y'all. I used to hear a voice calling me, and it was calling my name, Terry, Terry, Terry. And I was like, what the heck? And I said, what you want, Mom? And then it was so spooky because Mama keep all the lights off. She don't keep the bathroom lights on. All the lights be off in the house. And it's like me and all of my sisters are in there. We are all in the room together. And we had a door in our room that leads to the attic. And this, like, almost after I get up and knock on my mama's door and say, Mom, what do you want? She said, I didn't call you. Take your butt back to bed. And that happened so many times that I'd stop getting up, and I just put the cover over my head. And it was like my sisters then would not wake up for nothing. And my brothers then was on the back porch, but they wouldn't wake up for nothing. And then all of a sudden, you just hear somebody walking down the steps, the attic step. And they never get to the bottom. Because my mother moved in a house where it was magazines all in the basement. And I think they said old people used to live there. It was magazines all in the basement. When I say magazine, they was filled from the floor to the top, all throughout the whole basement. And they say when people leave, you don't keep nothing. And it took us like maybe 2-3 days to get all them magazines out of there. And I kept some magazines.
That's why you was the only one that could hear the voices and the people walking down the stairs.
Magazines, boy. I was like,
They mad because you threw they stuff out, so now you done kept some, so now they coming after you.
My mama told us we all had to get them.
They was in your
magazines out.
possession though.
And this basement was so big that we could roller skate down there. We go down there and we roller skate, put on our roller skate and roll around that furnace, and we be going. But that was full of magazines. We was like, we can't even go down in the basement. They had it going up the steps, like, it was so much.
What the heck?
But
was
yeah,
they
I kept
trying to
some.
collect?
I didn't know no better.
I kept some.
Was they good magazines?
Well, I just like looking at pictures back then. I was young.
You was the one that was cutting out the pictures and stuff, pasting them on paper.
Whatever. But yeah, so you was going through the same thing I was going through. That is really strange.
I'm glad I didn't experience none of that.
I didn't either at that house.
That would probably like traumatized me.
Oh, it did, because my mama and everybody wind up going out of town, and I was big enough to stay there kind of like by myself. Then, so I'm sitting in the living room. I'm happy everybody gone, and I'm sitting in the living room. All of a sudden, I saw a shadow of a black shadow. It was like a man's shadow. It was tall. And I was like, what the heck? So you know how you try to put it out your head and don't think about it? So next thing you know, I saw the shadow again. Next thing you know, I went and opened up the front door, and I cracked it a little bit. So I went back and sat down and watched TV. Next thing you know...
Wait. What you cracked the door for?
So you can run.
They gonna still come after you. They go through doors.
Wait, and this wasn't the time they went out of town. This was the time they went to got something to eat. But I cracked that door, and then they said, no, it happened. That shuttle would not go, and then I started hearing noises. I went and sat on the porch in the doorway, so with the door open on the porch with my foot outside and my butt inside until they got back.
Wow.
The house was like, it was bad. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a very interesting story.
So yeah, I experienced a lot of miracles, and I have experienced a lot of supernatural things going on, So, and I'll just be wondering if other people.
I won't be staying in the house by myself tomorrow for a while.
We can't hear you.
I won't be staying in the house by myself for a while.
I never even had nothing happen to me, but I was always scared to go in the basement by myself. The house that we in now.
Why is she pointing at me?
It's something about, like, I don't know what it was, but it's just when you home alone and you just go in the basement, it just feel like something just gonna happen.
She traumatized me.
Wait, we got 2 callers.
Wait, we got it, and then I wanted to finish that what she was saying too. Okay.
First caller, you're on air. Welcome to Your Chance.
Yes, and Happy New Year to you, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have an interesting subject here. And thank God for not talking about Trump. I'm glad you guys not talking about it. I'm thinking that's all. Okay, but look, I think certain houses do have certain vibes to them. And I don't know if I am gifted in this area or not. I'm certainly not psychic or anything else, but I could go into a home and I can feel something may have happened dramatic there or whatever else. I don't know. But I don't know how old. Okay, the mom might remember this incident. There was a place on, and I'm going to not give an address because somebody might live there now, but it's off of Claremont and LaSalle. Mm-hmm. And this has been some years back, but some guy in there really just went off his nut and hatcheted everybody up in that house, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I've never been in that house.
Wow.
But I would have to walk past that house. And I felt some vibes coming out of that house that I just didn't want to walk across, past that house. I would cross the street and go past that house. You could just feel something, and I didn't even know why it was like that. I had to ask somebody, somebody happened to mention to me that a lot of people were killed in there. This man was mentally ill or whatever, but he killed his wife and the mother-in-law and somebody else, about 4 or 5 people in this house. And this was back in the 80s. Now, this is going back some time. But it was something that I could feel a vibe walking past that house to the point that I did not want to walk past it. I'd go across the street to go down that street. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I don't know if anybody else who might want to call in has felt that, but, sometimes you could just feel a vibe.
Yeah, it's just natural.
In certain places.
No, it's not. Everybody can't feel it. Like she say she can feel it, but everybody don't have that sense to feel that, And that's probably why it was coming out to you, because that spirit was trying to attach to you. Yeah.
I guess I don't know what it was, but I would get the heebie-jeebies, if there's such a word, when I walk past that. It's on Claremont and LaSalle. That house still sits there now. I drive past it. Now I don't have to walk anymore, but at that particular time I had to walk down that street to go where I had to go.
Right.
And I had no idea what had happened in there until somebody who lived up there told me.
Right.
And so, and to go one step further, my sister was renting a home. It was a 2-family flat, and I would go over there to that house, and I would feel very, very uncomfortable when I would be in there, too. And I don't know what jumped off in there either. It's kind of like your magazines, in the house that the girls were alluding to. But I don't know what happened there, but I never felt real good in that place, and I wouldn't stay long when I go over there. Now, I don't know what happened there, but I bet you something did. So sometimes you could just get a vibe, and I don't know if it's a supernatural thing. It very well could be. I don't know, but that's what I experienced. That's my experience with that kind of stuff you're talking about.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you for calling.
What were you going to say?
Who, me?
Okay, callers.
Yeah.
We have 2 callers. Okay,
Oh.
wait. Okay, thank you. Okay, don't forget.
Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to your chance.
Welcome to your chance.
Yes, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
I'm like Terry. I have a strong feeling for spirits or supernatural. And when I first bought my house, it used to be a lot of activities. I used to see this one guy every night. And I finally asked my neighbors, I said, did someone die in this house? And a couple of people didn't want to tell me because they thought I would be too afraid. And I said, no, I won't be afraid because I just bought this house, so I can't go anywhere. And they told me the story that the man did die in the house. And once I heard the story and everything, I got at peace with it. And he stopped bothering me, but he used to pit with my grandkids all the time. And one year for Christmas, he gave my granddaughter a number. She was only 4 years old. She said, Grandma, the man in the room told me to tell you to play 249. What? And my crazy behind never did go play it, and it just kept coming week after week after week. But I never played it. But the most recent thing happened to me last year. My brother-in-law came to me just plain as day. I was asleep. He stood at the foot of my bed. Now, he wasn't dead at the time, but he stood at the foot of my bed, and he looked at me smiling. And I called his name. He never disappeared, and I started knocking and hitting, trying to make him go away. And finally, when I sat up in the bed, he disappeared. So the next night, I found out he passed.
Wow.
So supernatural things do happen. Spirits, my mother used to say, spirits wonder. So some people are gifted. I am very gifted. I see things all the time. Spirits communicate with me all the time. So it happens. You just can't be afraid. And I'm never afraid. When it happens to me, I pay attention.
Yeah.
And you ladies have a good evening.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
I would have played them
I
lottery
enjoyed
numbers though.
that. Yeah, we're gonna take a.
This last call before break.
Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Your Chance.
Yes,
Happy New Year.
good afternoon
Hello, good afternoon.
and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You called a little while ago that was saying on Claremont and LaSalle where she seen she was scared about. I know O'Neill Swanson's and them used to live on LaSalle in Claremont area, about a couple blocks down from it. I know. So nobody in that house. I'm wondering. And then you ladies that say that young ladies say that y'all go in your basement and you hear something. Have you ever seen Casper, the friendly ghost, flying around in your house?
No, not like that. No, not no Casper. Why, you saw one? Have you saw one?
He on go.
We
got
One more call.
That means you don't
Caller, you're on there. Welcome to Your Chance. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you.
you.
Happy New Year.
I had an experience that I'll never forget. I was in bed, and I was so upset because the doctor had put me on bed rest because I was pregnant. And I wanted to go visit my mother in the hospital. And I was just crying so hard. And my mother came to me and kissed me on my lips. I felt the moisture and comforted me and said, "Baby, I understand. Don't worry." But when I woke up, I discovered my mother went to sleep. She died in the hospital, but she did come to me
Wow.
and kiss me on my lips. I'll never forget that. And I just thank God for that experience.
Oh, okay.
That's
Thank
nice.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, thank you for calling and
Sharing
that
that
with
story.
us.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really happens, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
And
you.
that's why a lot of people is locked up in a crazy house now, because people don't, they think they crazy when they speak things like this.
And that was that was a touching story.
Yeah, I enjoy everybody's
Thank you for
story.
calling. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and
Go to break.
And we'll be right back.
Peace,
I
love,
got one. I
and
ain't
so.
So,
I ain't telling.
Somebody tried to preach the gospel to me. I didn't listen. I fell down on my knees. I was just a foolish person at that time. Did not know what it meant. When Christ touched me, there was a change in my soul that made me feel whole, oh baby. It took all my fears away. I have never felt nothing like that before. Please give me some more. When you have faith in yourself, Jesus will be there to turn your life around, oh baby. I need to survive this world. It's a journey we all must take along to go home with the Lord. It's a journey we all must take along to go home with the Lord. When Jesus touched me for the very first time, it took me back in time, oh baby, before I was even born. He always had his hands on me, now I can see. He gave me a choice to come down to earth and preach the gospel to the world. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is
welcome back to Your Chance, and we have Jada with us.
Jada the model.
What's up, Jada?
Hey,
So,
girl.
and for those who just tuning in, we was talking about supernatural things and miracles, you know, or whatever you want to call it and talk about. And just want to say Happy New Year's to those who just tuning in too. But I have some clips right now that I just wanted to show something. Well, we're gonna show a clip of some pictures, and I just want you guys to see. Take a look, because it's like showing that we're not alone here, you know, and it's this.
Oh my God.
Okay, you see that right there, and the car's driving, the legs hanging down. That's some kind of, I thought it was some kind of alien, I don't know, a beast or whatever, but it's connected to some kind of spaceship. I saw it. We can go to the next clip.
That
So
look
if
like
y'all can,
a glitch.
a glitch? No. And reason why I took so many pictures of it, because this thing is following. You will see that the car is following. It's gonna follow this van, and it's gonna constantly keep following this van, and it's gonna be and you're gonna see other cars passing. And now look at that, trying to get into somebody's car. That's look at all them cars out there, and that's reaching down. What had happened is that I went to a map quest, and I went looking for something. I was trying to look for this place, and as I was looking, I kept seeing this image, these green images popping up like a spaceship or something. But you could tell the cars, the people in the cars
what is
cannot
that?
see it.
What is that?
It's a green. It's something green, like a monster or alien ship or something. Well, anyway, it's appearing and people can't see it. Y'all can laugh it off. Okay, this moon right here, this is not a moon. This is something that somebody had on YouTube, and it's turning around. You can see the car was driving past it. I tried to do a live video, but my video didn't work. But if I can get that video up, I'm gonna bring it in and show you guys. And then it's like a rainbow on the side of a round rainbow. It's hard to describe from the picture. I wish you could see the video.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and look how close it is to Earth, to us. You know, so I don't know where that location is, where they seeing this at.
Now that looks like another dimension.
Yeah,
it could be.
So you know, it's just like what's going on here. Are we speaking out things like God spoke the world into existence, and by God speaking the world into an existence,
We got a caller.
that means that when we speak things, okay, caller, we'll get you in 1 second. When we speak things out of our mouth, and when people speak negative, do that means that it happens, you know, or you bring it into an exist, or what? But we're gonna take this caller right now.
2 callers.
Hello, caller. You on the air?
Yeah, sorry to call back. I'm the one that asked the question. Did y'all see Casper in the basement?
Did you see Casper in those
Okay,
pictures?
can you just speak up a little bit, a little louder?
Okay, and I'm looking at the photos that you're showing, the rainbow and something else. I mean, do y'all believe that it's really a ghost or something flying around? Or I know if you're in a big house by yourself and it's quiet, sometimes the house silent, you think somebody walking upstairs or in another room and all that. But do y'all really feel that it's a ghost or something like that?
No, it's a spirit or something. You know, like a spirit, like maybe somebody didn't move on, or they have unfinished business they have to do here.
What, have y'all ever, when you heard that, got up and went in that room or whatever, and that who's in here and where, look at if they're in there or something?
Huh?
I didn't
Can you
understand.
repeat that?
Have y'all ever, when you heard something like that, got up and walked in there and say, who's in here?
No, I wouldn't know.
No,
Wait for them to answer you.
No.
Otherwise, that's just something you're scared of and all. That's why I asked the question, did you see a ghost or something flying around?
I mean, but it's ghost. It's not ghost. It's like a spirit.
Shadow. I see a black shadow. Have you ever saw a black shadow like just there?
Nah, I don't know. I ain't seen that. Y'all scary like.
I mean, everybody has their own opinion. So
I'm gonna help y'all make a movie on scary stuff. And ghosts.
All right,
hang
thank
up.
you,
Okay.
caller. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
We're going to take the next caller.
Hello, caller. You on the
And
air?
Happy New Year.
Yes, good evening, sisters.
Good evening.
And can you just speak up a little louder? We can hardly
You know, I
hear you.
thought you all was, what they, what they call unidentified flying objects in the sky. You know, I thought maybe you all was on that subject. You know, just recently, just before the new year
Yeah, I
came
did.
in,
I spoke about
the
that.
United States government announced to the world that they would start opening up the files of UFOs.
Oh, wow.
You know, and so they are real.
Yeah.
They are as real as you all are sitting there or whatever. And you can go through your Bible. Throughout your Bible, it speaks about those planes. They were clouds by day and pillars of fire at night. And they appear to look like fire at night. And you read in the book of Ezekiel, in the first chapter, and Ezekiel talks about how dreadful those wheels look. He saw wheels flying inside, back into other wheels, whatever, a larger wheel or whatever. I was familiar with the movie Independence Day and whatnot. Well, the reason why they come up with the movie Independence Day is because it's real. They're out there. But those are your people that are on those planes, highly intelligent black people or whatever. And they have a job to do. Matter of fact, those are the ships that belongs to God. Those are the ships that the God and the angels, they ride on. You read about how Jesus was taken up in a whirlwind. Well, it's really not talking about a whirlwind. It was talking about those planes, highly advanced or whatever. You need to start looking at that because most of us as a people, we're waiting on white people to, I guess, get us to believe in something. And if we wait too late, understand a lot of us are going to lose our lives because, as you're saying, we're living in the last days now. And those ships have a job to do. In the book of Revelation, you read about those planes or whatever. Those planes, understand, there were 1,500 of them. And each one of them carried 3 bombs on them. And those bombs, when they're dropped, they drill down into the planet a mile down. They throw a mountain up a mile high, and they destroy everything in a 50-mile radius or whatever. And eventually they're going to be used to destroy America or whatever. And that's why you go on YouTube and you find that they're around all of America's nuclear installations all over the planet. You'll find these planes are being seen all over the planet. Just recently down in Brazil or whatever, they looked in the sky. They saw over 1,500 up in the sky. The people were just dazzled with what they witnessed or whatever. So, don't sit around because, you're not just any people or whatever. Like I said, you had to look at the fact that your fathers and mothers were brought here 400 years. They served America. You built America. It's time up. It's time for you to take your rightful place. It's time for us to stop doing the wrongs that we do because each and every one of us know right from wrong or whatever. And you're looking at this flu epidemic that's going on and whatnot. It's just not a coincidence. You look at the fires in California. You're looking at the mudslides, the unusual cold weather. You are at the end. Those are God's judgment on America. See, America has to pay for what she done to black people. See, all of us are all jacked up because of what happened to our fathers 400 years ago. We still carry their names. We still practice their ways and whatnot. This ain't the way we are or whatever as a people. You talking about what we being accepted that a man can marry another man, a woman can marry another woman. You know that ain't nothing right about that. If you read about Sodom and Gomorrah and whatnot, how can you say that that's right? But they are forcing us to accept all this madness and whatnot.
Right.
So you sisters are on it, and I'm glad you bringing up subject that we need to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
And get into because, like I said, it's very, very serious. 2018, we're gonna lose a lot of loved ones, real close to us or whatever.
Yeah.
We gotta wake up before it's too late.
Gotta wake
Go
up.
on YouTube and look up unidentified flying objects. They are real.
I've been watching them shows. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. They are real. Keep watching the weather.
Yes.
You all have a blessed day.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
you too. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah,
Love
thank
y'all.
you. Because he could have been watching.
We have
the
another
game.
caller. Okay, caller.
And then after this call, we
Caller,
gonna see
you on
if
the
you
air?
know any
Hello.
supernatural
Hello.
things you want to talk about.
How you ladies doing?
Fine.
Good.
I haven't talked to you all in a long time. I'm the East Side lady.
Oh,
I
hello,
talk to you all the time.
Hello.
You know, I'm so proud of you young ladies. I am really proud of you all. You know, you don't mind saying what's on your mind, and you don't try to hide things, and you let people know what's going on in the city of Detroit. And I've been watching y'all for quite some time. I just don't call because I've been sick with this flu.
Aw.
And I tell everybody, don't take no flu shot. Don't do none of that
Right,
because
right.
they're trying to get rid of us.
That's
and
right.
those
I'm
flu
having
shots
that
are hurting a lot of people. I've been sick ever since October.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
And but I'm doing better now. But I watch y'all show every week. I watch y'all. You know, y'all some beautiful people.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
believe in your race of people, and you talk to young people like, you know, everything is going on, what's going on in the city of Detroit. You don't try to take it out to Washington and all the rest of it. You talk about what's going on in your own city where you live at, and all the children and the people that are going on. You know, I'm proud of you all. I am really proud of y'all. I might not call y'all a lot, but I am proud of you women that y'all talk about what goes on in this city, Not about another city, not about going out someplace talking about the prostitutes, the men, the women, and all these things. You talk about what goes on in the city of Detroit, and God is going to bless all of y'all because you take care of the people in the city where you live at. You're not going outside of the city, and I really appreciate that.
Thank
you
you,
don't talk about God all the time. You talk about the people that need help. Let these people help the people in the city of Detroit instead of going out of the city of Detroit, and do what you can do with the people here. I was born here. My father was born in Jamaica, British Jamaica. My mother was born in Atlanta City. My daddy died when I was 4 years old, and next week I'll be 82 years old. I take care of the people in the city of Detroit because I love these people. I don't care what color you are. I know you're a black race. I'm not trying to get in touch with anybody else. I don't want to sit on those city councils. I don't want to do any of that stuff. But if you hurt somebody in the city of Detroit, I'm going to speak up for them because I don't like what goes on here. And I was born here. Born here. And I went to Marcus Garvey's place every week. And I see people sit on this television and say, they're Marcus Garvey people. They ain't never seen Marcus Garvey. They don't know anything about Marcus Garvey. I went to those places when I was 4 years old on St. Alban, up there on Warren and St. Alban, and I lived right around the corner from that when I was 4 years old. But these people know all about Marcus Garvey and never seen that man in their life. Never seen him. And they talk about, we got to do this and we got to do that. They ought to wake up and help the people that's living, not the people that's dead.
Right.
Help these people, help these young ladies on this television.
Yes.
Help people that lives in houses that don't have any fire or anything in them. Y'all keep up the good work because
Thank
y'all
you.
doing something. The rest of them get on television and say, oh, we got to go to church. We got to do this. We got to go to church. I'm Catholic. And I stopped going to Catholic church 10 years ago. And I go to Sacred Heart Church when I go. And I've been going there all my life. I don't get on television and talk about a church or anything. I want to help the people. And I watch y'all. See, I watch y'all. And y'all are some smart young ladies.
Thank you, Miss Eastside.
Keep up the good work, and you're going to amount to something. Don't listen to these people that get on there and talk about God, this and God. They ain't never seen God. They ain't never seen none of this stuff they're talking about. But they're going to talk about it because they want to get in on you.
Well,
Don't let them get in on you.
I'm sorry, but I talk about God too because I love Jesus. I talk about God too.
Then I'm going to call y'all and tell you
Okay.
who they are. God
you.
bless
All
y'all.
right. Thank you
y'all
for
be blessed.
calling.
And happy birthday, you know.
Thank you. That's next week
I
Saturday.
know, next week.
All right. Have a good
It's my
one. Thank
birthday.
you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. What you got to say, Jane?
Every house you get is haunted.
Not every
house. 'Cause
Not
the
every house.
you at right now. I remember I came home from practice and there was a man sitting at the table wearing all yellow, and I'm like, "This Mom, why did you leave this man in this all yellow?"
She
at
told
this
me
table?
about it. She
And
told me.
I ain't coming back over your
I
house.
came back and I looked, and then he was gone. So I was like, maybe
told
You
me
ain't
about
tell me.
She told me about it.
You said there was somebody in the living room had on all yellow?
Yes, he was sitting at the dining room table wearing all yellow. And I'm like this, like, Mom, why you leave that man in the house like that? And then you like, what man? And I looked back and he was gone. I was like, maybe
I don't
was
remember
tripping.
that. But I have not seen nothing in the house.
But I know
Oh,
she told me
man.
about it
Yes.
too.
That
She
house
see
something else.
I ain't coming over your house
see
unless it's a
something
group.
all the time. Yeah, I mean, hear something like, you know.
You know you're going to be there by yourself?
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, I ain't.
Oh.
Now, what were you going to say when you was pointing your finger at me?
Oh, I used to lock me in the basement with the lights out.
That's
was
being the older sibling. Cause you remember we used to have that bar. You used to have to put across the back door, the basement door, and I used to slide the bar across the door
in the basement
She
with the
deserved
lights
it.
out.
She
Well, you never
deserved it.
told me. You should have told me.
She
And
did.
I
I got
I
in trouble
did.
every time. I was gonna get in trouble for something else. I might as
You
well
hear
lock
that
it down
every
anyway,
time?
So.
Well, when before my any other you gotta talk
No,
about?
I remember I got in trouble because Mama thought I left my book bag at school, but it wasn't at school. I brung it home, but I couldn't find it in the house. So then we drove all the way to school and it wasn't there, and then I got a whooping. And I was like, but then
The book bag showed up. Ooh!
I told you I leave it in the house.
Well, speaking about the daughter I had on here before Jada came, she was speaking about going down in the basement. Well, let me tell you, y'all daddy, a family member, had passed away.
Hold on, wait. Do this got something to do with our house?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he passed away. She had some. No, the lady had some furniture like you know, y'all don't know Lucille Ball. They had Lucille Ball type of furniture. All that. At the house that he died. I wanted to bring that furniture home.
Wait, did you bring anything home?
I did. I brought this mink coat, fur coat with the hat.
She didn't learn from the magazines, y'all.
Okay, that fur coat is going out the door when we get home.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, listen. And I brought it's a clock. It's an old clock. Like way back, probably before I was born, and it's sitting down there right now where Rocky at.
So what happened?
I gotta wash tomorrow.
So you still ain't learned. You still ain't learned
about-
from the magazines.
Trina was saying something about she felt funny, like going down there or whatever, and
well, maybe you need. I'm sorry, that fur coat gotta go.
Well,
in
at
that
one
clock.
time before I had got that, I think somebody was saying somebody was praying some bad stuff on me. I don't know what had happened.
What?
No. The bad stuff came from a relative had gave me some clothes and some shoes and told me I'll put it on or whatever. And then after that, I went to go down in the basement and it felt like somebody pushed me down. I had broke my arm going down the stairs.
Right, I remember you falling down the stairs.
Right, and then I had somebody tell me to get that stuff out the house. I threw it in the garbage and I prayed over it and I threw it all out.
Okay, so now it's time to get that fur and that clock out the house and we gonna pray over it.
No, ain't nothing wrong with the house
We gonna get you another fur.
Well, anyway,
I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
it was
you
a
gonna
mink.
get another
It's a mink,
well, a
but
mink, whatever.
It don't have nothing to do with the house now, so I'm just saying.
Well, if somebody's saying they feel a little uncomfortable, then
Trina, are you
watch this
feeling
one movie
uncomfortable
where the
now
man
or
lived
what?
in the attic with-
It was just when I was
Man, and I be
Yeah,
ever
see,
since that
that
movie,
ain't
I've
got
been hearing
nothing to
stuff
do
in the
with
attic.
it.
Say it again,
that's because
Jada.
it's resting
What
right
now?
now.
You made me watch this movie when there was a man living in the attic, and like ever since then, I be hearing stuff in the attic.
What movie, man?
But the only thing I was wondering, sometimes it could be your imagination going, and then the bring this all to a closing. You know, it could be like I heard that the devil is his time to get people all kind of ways. If he can get you mentally, he'll get you mentally. If he can get you spiritual, he'll get you spiritual. But, you know, I heard that the devil is showing himself out, causing all of these things to happen. And so that's why I was wondering if anybody else ever experienced anything like this. And I'm so glad we did this show.
We won't be talking about it next week.
I learned my lesson from watching horror movies at my mom's. Her house is already haunted, and I was watching Lights Out.
I won't watch horror movies unless
porch light went off, and
people
I was
in the house.
living room like, I'm sleeping in Lauren's room. Because
But see, they put these movies on because some of this stuff is really happening for real. So why you think
believe
they come
that.
up with
I
turn
believe
the
that.
light switch on and off, and it wouldn't turn back on. I'm like, no, I'm sleeping in Lauren's room.
I mean, like I watch scary movies, but I don't watch the ones with the spirits in the house. I don't like them to watch that in my house. I don't want that vibe
So
in my
you
house.
didn't watch your Ouija?
No, and I don't want you to watch that in my house.
The crucifix.
I mean, if you watch it with somebody, you good.
I watched
No.
the crucifix in your house, and then I watched.
I wasn't there,
Insidious,
so-
Annabelle. I was watching that with Trey.
I wasn't there. So.
See, I ain't watching the less Insidious.
So won't
yeah,
y'all try to watch some godly movies?
We do.
We watch
all
everything. We watch
We
everything.
keep our minds horizon. Did I say
watch
it right?
everything. I even
Yes.
watch documentaries. And
We
all.
horizon our mind.
We watch everything except for westerns. I can't stand westerns, but we watch everything.
No, I can't watch Western either.
I love Western. And I love sword fight movies.
No, I like playing the video games, the medieval time video games. That's better. I can't watch it though, but I can play the video games.
All right. So for New Year's, y'all want to say what y'all all did for you, or y'all want to get y'all New Year's resolution?
Better
or
hurry up because we're about to close out. Our show about to be over.
My New Year's resolution is nothing. I just remain myself humble.
Good. Mine is I need an increase of my finances. That will be happening this year. To do better, to grow. You should grow each year. So, got rid of a lot of old stuff, bringing in some new stuff.
I forget. And I went back to school, so that was
right.
Could be a part of my
right.
That's I went back to
shows
school.
Growth.
And Trina, who just left the show, went back to school too.
Oh,
well, college, not school, but college. Okay, we only have 1 minute, caller. We're gonna take this caller real fast, but we got to get off.
Caller, you're on
Welcome
air.
to your chance.
Caller, you're on air.
Hello?
We can't hear you, caller.
Casper calling.
Oh, that's Casper.
Casper.
My New Year's resolution was to start my business up. And I did, and like it's stressful, and I'm like really tired of it already, and I'm ready to go to sleep.
And what is your business?
I have an entertainment business. Like I throw parties for college kids, and like entertain them. But last night I'm not doing that no more.
So you're promoting the parties.
And I'm not coming on time. Everybody else can go on time because I'm about to be straight sleep because that whole night I feel like I was there for 30 years.
30 years.
Like,
well, you'll see, God. You know, we have a business coming up too, and you're going to see more things coming from us. But the thing is that, you know, I just want this year to be, I feel like this year is going to be a good year. And I feel like to all of y'all probably feel the same way too. This is going to be a good year. No matter what's going on, how things look, it could look so bad. That ain't nothing. That's the devil. Nobody really talk about the good things. So it's a whole lot of good things going on out here. And we just need to tap into it. Saying that, we want to say,
on that note, just stay positive. Positive thinking.
So see you later. Thank you for being with your chance.
Right from wrong.